Melbourne Cup Contender.
On the extreme outside. Loft up on the outside. Here is Loft. Is Loft in front, and the German bred will win his U.S. debut. The 2-mile Belmont Gold Cup.
Und jetzt sind die Türen aufgesprungen. Das war jetzt der Start, meine Damen und Herren.
Yeah, Lew Dub here with a look at one of this year's Melbourne Cup foreign raiders. We're going to take a look at German 4-year-old Loft. I'll show you replays of all three of his races this year, and I'll even throw in a few extras. On screen now, you can actually see a Loft running in the 2021 Deutsches St. Leger. He's in the white with the red stripe, red armbands, red cap. It was back in September of 2021. And remember, the Deutsches St. Leger is just Group 3 level. It was over 2,800 metres. It's carrying 56.5 kilos. It's on good to soft ground. And currently, the commentary is in German, and it's all German throughout the entire race, so you're not missing out on any audio. But we'll throw to that full footage now.
Son of Gold dahinter, dann sehen wir Albors und im Hinterfeld, ja, Naida ist noch am Schluss des Feldes mit Alexander Peach, aber vorne Nisami mit Michael Berto offensiv geritten, 5, 6 Längen jetzt der Vorteil, so geht es in diesem Moment in die Gegenseite hinein, also der Vorteil, der wächst an, das muss man sehen, das sind so etwa 7, 8 Längen jetzt für Nisami, für Darius Racing, die eine Farbe mit rosa Kappe da unterwegs, Michael Berto, zweites Pferd, das ist Loft, dann Normfliegerin, Son of Gold hat den 4. Platz übernommen, dann kommt das andere Darius Racing Pferd wieder näher, Albors ist das, Diamantes an der Außenseite orientiert sich auch weiter nach vorne, dann Avon Zoo zu sehen und am Schluss ist Naida, so ist jetzt das Achterfeld, Ausgangs der Gegenseite mit Nisami an der Spitze, Nisami führt mit 2 Längen, Loft ist zweites Pferd, Normfliegerin dahinter, Son of Gold, da haben wir Josef Beutel im Sattel, wurde leicht jetzt gerade mal ermahnt, dahinter an der Innenseite Albors jetzt Platz 5 vor Avon Zoo, Diamantes und Naida. So sind die Pferde auf dem Weg in den Einlauf allmählich und innen Nisami an der Spitze. Aber Son of Gold rückt jetzt näher heran, wird jetzt stärker. Loft ist jetzt da und nimmt die Führung. Loft geht nach vorne, hinter Son of Gold. Loft, Son of Gold, dahinter Normfliegerin. Sofort verschwindet Nisami nach hinten. Im Einlauf das Feld. Loft ist vorne. Loft vor Son of Gold. Dann innen Normfliegerin. Avon Zoo kommt außen. Der fliegende Holländer, Adi de Vries im Sattel, der rückt jetzt ran. Loft ist vorne. Avon Zoo wird immer stärker. Die Rennfarben von Holger Renz. Dahinter ist dann Son of Gold. Auf dem 3. Platz von Normfliegerin vorne. Loft, der einzige Gegner ist Avon Zoo. Und der kommt jetzt, Avon Zoo, der Callisto-Sohn. Der ist zur Stelle, Avon Zoo, der zieht vorbei. Die Rennfarben von Holger Renz werden das St. Leger sicherlich gewinnen. Avon Zoo, Loft zieht an, aber Avon Zoo ist besser heute. Avon Zoo gewinnt, vor Loft dahinter. Son of Gold, Normfliegerin, das war noch knapp. Dahinter dann Albors mit dem 5. Platz noch.
So a gallant second, and from that run you get the impression he's pretty gritty. Didn't give up. He had one more run in 2021 for another second on October the 31st at Group 3 level over 3,000 at Hoppegarten. Now we skip forward to the 3 full replays of his 2022 outings. We start at Hoppegarten in the Orlando Renin over 3,200 metres at Group 2 level. Once again, he's in the white with red stripe, red armbands and red cap.
In second, we have Loft. Third on the outside is Dolcetto. And then in fourth on the outside, Diamantis close up. We see Bradesco, number 1, not far away. Then on the inside, the colors of Nacido. Next then is Que Bueno with close up. Then the Tiger. And at the back, we have on the outside Serpolsky, and the trailer is Guild, number 4. In front of the stands and with a good circuit to go from here, under the big applause of the audience, number 11, Noalea shows the way. In second position, Dolcetto on the inside. It is Loft, the favorite, followed by Diamantis. Nacido is next. Then on the outside, in 6th place, Bradesco with Nubius on the inside. Or then it's the Tiger with on the outside of the Tiger. And then number 1, that is Bradesco. And Que Bueno is next. And at the back of the field, we have Serpolsky and Guild at the moment. So on the way to the back straight, Noalea needs in second, Loft with Dolcetto on the outside, followed by Diamantis and Nacido. Bradesco is next, and on the inside, Nubius with Que Bueno, the Tiger, Serpolsky and Guild. In the back straight they are, with Nualea still showing the way. In second position, Dolcetto. Third on the inside is Loft. Diamantis in fourth, followed by Narciso. Sixth on the inside of Bradesco is number 7, Nubius, followed by the Tiger, Que Bueno, and at the back, Sir Polski with Guild. Middle of the back straight they are, and Nualea still showing the way from Dolcetto, and Loft close up with Diamantis also with contact on the outside. Next is Narciso, Nubius, and on the outside of Nubius, Bradesco, followed by Que Bueno, and at the back of the field, the Tiger with Sir Polski and Guild. Racing at the end of the back straight, and now turning for home, it is Nualea in the lead with Dolcetto in second. Third is Loft. Fourth on the outside, Diamantis with Narciso and Bradesco not far away. And then it's Nubius with Que Bueno, the Tiger, and Sir Polski, and losing contact at the back, Guild. Entering the straight, still Nualea with the lead, now kicking clear into second position. Loft attacking also on the inside rail. That is Narciso from the back. In the middle of the track we see now Dolcetto fighting with Loft and Dolcetto, and then in third here comes Diamantis and Nubius on the outside also, and from the back Que Bueno, but it is Loft and Dolcetto, Dolcetto. Loft is looking strong, and Renin Picholek, and Loft wins the race. Dolcetto second.
So Loft wins by half a length, but appeared to have plenty left in the tank. Note that the third place getter in the Olinda Renin, Diamantis, won a listed race at his next start, but later was 4th of 6 at Group 2 level in France, finishing 6 lengths behind Quickthorn.
Melbourne Cuppers, here's a tip. If you want to get a head start on the opposition for this year's Melbourne Cup, try my 2022 Melbourne Cup lead-up playlist. It starts with Knight's Order in the Sydney Cup, Point Nepean in the Andrew Ramsden, plus you can see all the foreign contenders in action. There's Deauville Legend, Hu Ya Mao, Loft, Without a Fight, Camorra. Just find the Lew Dub's Personal Best homepage on YouTube, then select Playlists 2022 Melbourne Cup lead-up. Act now.
Next we head over the Atlantic to New York for the Belmont Gold Cup over 2 miles at Group 2 level. Loft is carrying 55.5 kilos.
Aban, Novo Sol, the two of them are heads apart for the lead, with Strong Tide sitting just off them in third. And then it's 2.5 lengths to a box and score in fourth. Moving up on the outside is Outbox. Outbox has moved up from the back of the pack into fourth here, and still a very long way to go in this 2-mile event. Aban is the leader as Outbox moves up alongside of Novo Sol. And then it's Strong Tide who's racing in fourth, 2.5 lengths to box and score in fifth. Sabolian down at the hedge in sixth. Loft is in seventh, and British Royalty trails the field in eighth. They come into the stretch for the first time, and it is Aban challenged here by Outbox. Aban narrowly, Outbox on the outside. Just in behind is Novo Sol along with Strong Tide. And then it's Sabolian down at the rail. On the outside, box and score, followed by Loft, who's in seventh position at this point, about 8 lengths from the front, and the trailer British Royalty. They go into the line for the first time with Aban holding on to the lead here. It is Aban in front. Outbox on the outside in second. Strong Tide and Novo Sol. They race as a team third and fourth into the clubhouse turn. Box and score and Sabolian are right together. And then comes Loft, and British Royalty is at the back. Aban, the leader here, by a length, with Outbox racing in second. It is Aban, the leader. Outbox runs in second, 2.5 lengths to Strong Tide and Novo Sol. And then another length and a half. Back to box and score and Sabolian. Loft is next to last. British Royalty, the trailer, as the field races up the backstretch. Aban holding on to the lead here, 3/4 of a length. Outbox remains in second, and then Strong Tide in third. Novo Sol, Sabolian, and box and score, then Loft and British Royalty. Nobody's made a move as yet, and they're all still chasing Aban, who leads here by a length. Outbox still in second, and Strong Tide is in third, down towards the inside. It's Aban the leader. Outbox now being asked for more. Strong Tide moving up. Strong Tide now takes second. Strong Tide a length and a half behind Aban. Outbox is in third. Farther back, Sabolian runs in fourth. Then comes British Royalty, who is advanced on the inside. Loft is now making a move on the extreme outside as the field comes for the top of the stretch, and here comes Strong Tide right alongside of Aban as Loft takes third. Sabolian on the inside in fourth. They come into the stretch with Strong Tide the leader. Aban is dropping out of it. Loft up on the outside. It is Strong Tide and Loft, then British Royalty. Here is Loft to take over the lead now. It is Loft in front, and the German bred will win his U.S. debut in the 2-mile Belmont Gold Cup.
Wow, a track record from Loft, and he showed some real acceleration to whip around the field on that tight turning oval track. Note, the second placed horse, British Royalty, was next, 4th of 5 at the same track over 1.5 miles, finishing 2 lengths behind Channel Maker. Next, he was 2nd of 6 at Group 3 level over 2,200 metres. The 3rd and 4th place runners did not have a race since. Now, don't go away thinking this is the only foreign raider I've got content on. I've got content on all of them. Not quite as in-depth as this, but I've compiled playlists of all the foreign raiders. Hu Ya Mao, 5 of his 6 runs this year. Deauville Legend, 3 of his 5 runs this year. Without a Fight, I've got 4 of his 6 runs this year. And Camorra, 3 of his 4 runs this year. To get to that content, get yourself to the Lew Dub's Personal Best homepage, then click on playlists and just choose whatever playlist you desire. Check the odds. Okay, now we get to the little added extras. Here's an article from racing.com here in Australia back in July of 2022. The crux of the article is that prolific owner Ozzie Kheir bought the 4-year-old with the singular intent of running him in the Melbourne Cup. Now, after purchase, the plan was to run Loft in the Group 2 Pre-Kerguelen in August before coming out to Australia and being trained by Ben and JD Hayes. Things have changed, however, and instead Loft raced in the listed Chester Stakes on a similar date where he carried 63.5 kilos, and he will be trained by Marcel Weiss, his current trainer. So trainership hasn't changed hands as yet.
Jump off and make the running. Typewriter slots in second. Market leader Loft settles third. And the 6-year-old mare Vindelander is settled in the rear as they run through the first couple of furlongs. Led by River of Stars, who's 2 lengths up on Typewriter. Loft a similar margin away in third, a further length to Vindelander as they work their way around the far side. Unchanged, River of Stars by 2 to Typewriter. Another couple of lengths to Loft racing in third. And Vindelander under restraint, last of the quartet. And they're on the approach to the home straight on the first circuit. River of Stars and John Egan dictating, 2 lengths ahead of Typewriter. 2.5 to Loft in third. A length and a half to Vindelander. Down the straight they come. About 9 furlongs from the finish. It remains River of Stars with an uncontested lead over Typewriter, 2 lengths behind. Loft a similar margin away in third, a length and a half to Vindelander. Past the judge, Circuit to cover in the Chester Stakes. Less than a mile to race. River of Stars, left hand down to run alongside the viaducts. 2.5 lengths in advance of Typewriter. Loft yet to make a move in third. Vindelander remains the back marker. Order unchanged. 7 furlongs from the finish. And River of Stars remains in front. To Typewriter, Loft and Vindelander. River of Stars just lugging slightly right-handed down that side of the racecourse. They've covered a circuit. They're heading towards the last 5 furlongs. River of Stars by 2 to Typewriter, by nearly 2 lengths to Loft in third, and then a length and a half to Vindelander. racing towards the final half mile, and still the order unchanged. River of Stars, typewriter's rider, nudging away now. Harry Davis. Ben Curtis yet to move on Loft, has the front pair in his sights as the pace begins to increase. Vindelander is being pushed along in the rear, entering the last 3 furlongs. River of Stars, typewriter driven to mount a challenge. Loft is now being called upon for an effort as they approach the final quarter of a mile. Vindelander remains last. River of Stars kicking off the home turn. Couple of lengths in front of typewriter, with Loft moving through on the inside, and finally Vindelander approaching the final furlong. River of Stars has 2.5 lengths in hand over Loft, who's taken typewriter, racing well inside the final furlong. River of Stars holding on from Loft as they run up towards the line. River of Stars makes all to win the Chester Stakes under John Egan. Loft ran second, typewriter in third.
Well, that run looked a little disappointing. Maybe there's an excuse. Maybe the horse doesn't cope with big weights. Still, he did start the race as favourite and in the red, I might add. There was definitely an expectation that he would win. Looking ahead to the Melbourne Cup, we now know J-Mac, James McDonald, will be riding Loft. That's a positive, but that last run is a real negative. And add to that the performance of River of Stars, the winner, in her next race, where she finished 12.5 lengths 5th in a Group 2 over 2,800 metres. In concluding, I'll say that if I could only bet on one horse in the Melbourne Cup, Loft would not be the one.
I want to be the Melbourne Cup. I are the first Tuesday in November. Is the race that stops the nation. I am Farley. I am Maccabee.
If you find Personal Best incredibly informative just like me, be sure to like and share.
And subscribe.
Go Brandon, I agree. Where's your home?